The War of the Ancient Dragons began thousands of years ago, and the Erdtree capital came under siege, led by a gargantuan dragon named Gransax. The dragons wielded heavenly bolts of red lightning, and so the Knights of the Erdtree learned to fortify themselves against it, and stayed on the defensive until Godwyn the Golden delivered the decisive blow. He stood before another legendary dragon known as Dread Fortisax and defeated him.
I want a snack too. You're getting a snack? I want a snack. I get a snack too. One snack. And I need more water. This is good because then I took all my trash out of my room. I'm in here, Park. I'm in here, Park. Lay down. Oh, what time is it? I'm like, do I go play with my dogs? Or watch this? I kind of want to watch this. This is what, 47 minutes? I love these videos.
But instead of granting death, he showed mercy. He offered friendship.
Saturday, I'm going to take him on a really long hike.
It was with this act that the ancient dragons and the Golden Order truly became one. Years later, the War of the Ancient Dragons began thousands of years ago, and the Erdtree capital came under siege, led by a gargantuan dragon named Gransax. The dragons wielded heavenly bolts of red lightning, and so the Knights of the Erdtree learned to fortify themselves against it, and stayed on the defensive until Godwyn the Golden delivered the decisive blow. He stood before another legendary dragon known as Dread Fortisax and defeated him. But instead of granting death, he showed mercy. He offered friendship, and it was with this act that the ancient dragons and the Golden Order truly became one. Years later, a dire plot was put into action, a plan to kill Godwyn the Golden. So a fragment of the Rune of Death was stolen from the black blade that was designed to contain it. This fragment was then inscribed onto a set of black knives, which the black knife assassins would wield, and with cloaks of silver that fooled the eye, they snuck into the capital and delivered the first destined death in a millennia. Godwyn should have died a clean, true death, but he did not. Instead, as the mark of death was being carved into his flesh,
that's how he got it.
It was at that very moment also being carved into another of his kin, the Lunar Princess Rani.
Oh.
Rani got her wish and perished in flesh alone, which freed her soul. But Godwyn died in spirit alone, and so his body suffered an unimaginable fate. His living corpse would spread a peculiar brand of undeath through the lands between via Deathroot, and wherever there is Deathroot, the hunters of the dead are sure to follow.
There's no mistake, is there?
So much
Death
lore I
has
did not
left
know.
its mark once again.
Holy fuck.
I'm sorry. I cannot give you your proper rights, but at least you did not join those who live in death. Your soul will return to the Erd Tree in time. Ah, a Tarnished, are you? I'm known as D. I hunt down those who live in death and weed their death root. Heed my warning. The village here has been touched by death, and worse yet, it is home to a mariner. If you value your life, then go no further.
Oh, they make it so intense.
The dead have long been left to wander, and what they need is true leadership. The mariners can call to those who live in death and offer them some semblance of guidance, but they make poor leaders and even poorer fighters. So it is that the dead continue to live without purpose.
Well, well. Another fool who won't listen to reason, eh?
You can do
But
it
with
here.
a prowess for
Victories.
weeding Deathroot. I've spotted the mark of the centipede here
I
in
like
the
his
village.
armor.
An ill-omened symbol that
sick.
should not be. Someone or something threatens the sanctity of the Golden Order and must be
Oh, you scared the shit out of me.
eradicated.
She just jumped on me, took the chip, and ran. Yo, the music, the sound effects.
D claims to have seen the mark of the centipede in this village, and it seems he's talking about the Deathroot here, which is at the very heart of those who live in death. This Deathroot carries the curse of the centipedal half-wheel wound, which raises the dead from their graves, ordering their bodies to life, without a soul, without guidance, and without grace.
How would you like to earn the strength of beasts? If you're inclined to hunt more of those who live in death and weed their death root, then I'll introduce you to Garank. I have a matter of my own to
Alright,
attend
mister.
to,
No,
and the
babe.
beast himself wishes for someone to take my place. What say you? Very well. Show me your map. I've marked the location for you. It will lead you to Garank, the beast clergyman.
The bestial sanctum lies past
That's
Farum
an
Great
epic
Bridge,
fucking
deep within
shot.
the Caelid wilds, past the vulgar militiamen, who are short, brutal mercenaries, and the Black Blade Kindred, who are a patchwork of champions put back together with corpse wax. They're all here in defense of Garank. Or should I say, Malekith.
Oh.
He is Marika's loyal shadow, that once kept the Rune of Death bound within his Black Blade. That is, until a piece of that death was stolen.
This is sad.
Afterwards, he buried the Black Blade deep within his very self, so that no one could steal it, ever again.
I smell it. Death. Feed it me.
Suffused with the Rune of Death, Malekith now hungers for Deathroot, desperate to gather back what he strongly feels are the missing parts of himself.
Tarnished. Bring more deaths. I shall grant thee eye and claw.
Sick.
Feed me more.
Yo, I want his fucking weapon. Sick.
But there was a time before the Rune of Death was bound, and so there were other cultures of death, ways that were even practiced outside the lands between, where the Tarnished lived.
Does anybody else eat a chip like this? I like to get Ruffles chips, and then I like to eat it one Ruffle at a time. And then I like to lick my lips because all the salt's on it. Like, it's my favorite, one of my favorite things to do. Like, if you get a Cheeto and you only eat the outside of the Cheeto first. Anybody else do that? Anybody else eat Cheetos on the outside? And then it's like you did it on corn. Like, no? No one? No? What? Oh, I love some French onion dip. I do like dip. A good ranch is good. No one here eats the outside of a Cheeto Puff like corn. Yo, you guys are missing out on life because it gets all over your lips and then you have it on your lips and your finger and it's delicious. Food tastes better when it's off of a body. You should try it. You used to do it. Thank you, Flagathon. Somebody did. I was like, I can't be the only person that done that. No way. Take the chip. There you go. Freaks. We're not freaks, okay?
Exile.
Greetings, great champion called by grace. I am Fia. Circumstances have compelled my stay at the Round Table Hold.
I did pay
Great
the chip
champion,
tax.
Would you allow me to hold you? But briefly.
Oh, fuck this lady.
My thanks.
Yeah.
You are very warm. I was known
How many
as
can
a
you get,
deathbed
Anaya? Are you
companion.
hiding them? I think she's taking
where
them
I
and
come
hiding
from.
them.
After I received the warmth and lively vigor from a number of champions, I lay with the remains of an exalted noble. To grant him another chance at life, to do so is the purpose of my being.
Wow,
But
there's so many
before
things
I could bear the noble into new life, I was awakened by the guidance of grace and chased from my birthplace.
Originally, the deathbed companion.
Sorry, I don't want to miss the lore. Shine Creeper, thank you for the prime. Somebody asked me a question. I don't know about that question, HQ, that you're asking me. And we're watching the Duskborn ending, yeah, the lore video. We'll watch the other one tomorrow, on Saturday.
Companions existed to provide a simple comfort to those who were dying. But at some point, it seems, it was discovered that a deathbed companion could use the vitality of others to birth dead remains into new life. And so the deathbed companions became a tool, a path to rebirth for the privileged, who told the deathbed companions who to lie with and when, so that one exalted being might get a second chance at
That's
life.
some rich people shit right there.
Despite all that, I still wish to be a deathbed companion. So please, let me hold you like this, as often as it takes.
But it's not all
Dude,
about
Pinky
you.
and Freaky.
After all, you are not the only Tarnished that Fia lays with.
Well,
And
that's
who knows
fucked up.
what secrets are shared in her bedchamber.
Bitches sleeping with other people? Other Tarnished? Other foul Tarnished? What the fuck?
Nice to meet you. The pleasure's mine. Roger's the name. I'm looking for a little something here in the castle. When I'm not hot-footing it from the troops, that is. But enough about me. What are you doing here in Stormvale Castle? This place is bristling with Tarnished hunters, you know.
She's out
They
here.
sacrifice our kind for grafting.
Slut?
Not exactly a place I'd stroll into without a purpose in mind.
Many external threats have laid waste to Stormvale over the years, and now the castle is marred by mottled thorns that have worked their way through the tortured stone. The soldiers mutter that it's the curse of grafting that causes such an affliction, but some talk of its root being something much more sinister, hidden deep below the castle.
Yo, we can go
That
below this
is why
castle?
Roger is here, on a mission of his own.
What?
And as
I've
you
never
square
even
up
seen
against Godric, he is searching for the source of the mottled thorns. And he finds it. For the world has grown crooked, and if one intends to put it to rights, then they'd best understand what happened to make it that way. No matter the cost.
Oh, shit! Bro, I don't know any of the lore. I'm like, oh my god, there's so much Elden Ring. I don't know shit every time I watch these
The world is slowly
videos.
being taken over by the death root that is Godwyn. For when Godwyn died, his body was buried in the deep root depths, in what seems like an esteemed position directly below the Erd Tree. This would have been done in accordance with the practice of Erd Tree burial, a process which replaced destined death. For under Marika's Golden Order, death exists, but it is not the end, and the roots of the Erd Tree should call to all of the dead
This
in
is
time,
a fucking movie.
reabsorbing them into the great tree where they may one day be reborn. Godwyn, being a great hero, likely received the burial rites that placed him as close to the Erd Tree as possible, but this backfired.
Bro, I want to see this
horrifically,
shit.
For the roots would instead take up Godwyn's cursed essence, like a tree absorbs water, and spread the mark of the centipede throughout the lands between via Deathroot. So it is that those who live in death were born. As the hunters of
She was taking the chips. I was like, yo, I think she's like taking the chips. I gave her like 10. There's a fucking pile that she's like right there going away at. Yeah, I knew it. I was like, she's stashing them. She's smart. You smart lady. Look, I start talking. She's like, look, you can give me more? No more chippies. No more. Oh my god. Shining Reaper, thank you so much for the prime.
the dead would follow.
I serve the Golden Order.
Sorry for stopping, guys.
That I might put this crooked land to rights. Following only the guidance of the great Elden Ring.
Eucalyptus hand sanitizer.
Those who live in death fall outside the principles of the Golden Order.
It's like
Their mere
relaxing when you
existence
smell
sullies
it.
the guidance of gold, tainting its truth. And so it is the vermin must be exterminated. Down to the very last.
The hunters of the dead are fanatics who are glad to have an absolute evil to contend with. But does such an evil even exist in the fundamentals of order?
Are you acquainted with a man named Roger? You know, the piteous fellow hiding away on the balcony. He was a formidable spellblade in
That's
times
probably, that's
past.
actually, I should get some lavender.
Don't let his easy air deceive
For calming,
you.
that's nice.
He was wise beyond his years, stout of heart and clear of mind.
Hold on, I missed that. Sorry, guys. One moment.
Contend with. But does such an evil even exist in the fundamentals
Sometimes I
of order?
hear it, but I don't take it in.
Are you acquainted with a man named Roger? You know, the piteous fellow hiding away on the balcony. He was a formidable spellblade in times past. Don't let his easy air deceive you. He was wise beyond his years, stout of heart and clear of mind.
Ah, so you've met Dee. Dee is an old friend. We found ourselves journeying together for a time, bound by our exploration of death.
These people who
But our
make
paths
these,
have since diverged, never again to cross. Though that's hardly an uncommon fate for two friends.
No more, though. You see him now, ravaged by thorns, muttering and rambling, like he's half dead already.
Couldn't change a thing.
I can't stomach to watch. Take well the lesson, friend. That's how you end up when seduced by those who live in death. When grace is
fucking
sullied,
jeez.
it rots people from the inside, breaks them.
This is what the Golden Order has been reduced to. Godric, the runt of the litter, dependent on the strength of tarnished champions. But Fia's favor
Good
is
job.
bestowed upon her consorts.
Good
It
job,
allows them
Godric.
to ignore any aches or pains.
Right
For in
after
death,
they're saying that
there
he
is
was
only
the
peace.
littlest one.
For in death, there can be no sensation.
Look at your pink dragon arm. Compensating
You
much?
defeated Godric and claimed yourself a great rune. Looks like we both got what we wanted out of Stormvale, didn't we? Well
So
done,
good.
friend. Always good to see you safe. So, the misshapen corpse under Stormvale. That is a sacred relic of the Black Knives plot, as that famed night of assassination is known.
Dope.
It happened during the golden age of the Erd Tree, long before the shattering of the Elden Ring. Someone stole a fragment of the Rune of Death from Malekith, the Black Blade, and on a bitter night, murdered Godwyn the Golden.
Oh,
That was the first recorded death of a demigod in all history, and it became the catalyst. Soon, the Elden Ring was smashed, and thus sprang forth the war known as the Shattering. I once wished to become a scholar, you see. I've spent many an hour scouring the archives for knowledge of that fateful plot. And that thing is to blame for the shape I'm in now. I urge the utmost caution. Don't disturb the corpse more than necessary.
you're so fucked, 60.
My dear, have you ever heard of Black Knife Prints? Dear Roger likes to talk of them when abed. And the ancient plot in which the first of the demigods was slain. The black knives wielded by the assassins who committed the act, along with the impressions they made, somehow hide the truth of the conspiracy. These grand affairs are hardly my forte, but dear Roger began to weep as he spoke. In truth, I've heard tell from someone else about the black knife prints that fascinate dear Roger so, but it wouldn't be right to give this to him, stuck as he is in the round table hole. Perhaps you could make use of it?
With a crudely drawn map in hand, we can find a living black knife, one of many who lurk purposeless in the dark places of the lands between.
I've never even seen this
And
place
Dee is here to
either.
help you.
Oh my fucking god. There's like so many things I haven't done. I like that he claps.
Hello. You've been busy weeding Deathroot, I take it. I thank you, as your brother-in-arms.
The Black Knives were,
Thank you, Mike,
after all,
Stewie.
instrumental in undoing Dee's beloved order. So here, he takes his revenge, and you walk away with an imprint of a black knife.
Ah.
This is a black knife print. I can scarcely believe you managed to get your hands on this. Please, I beg of you, lend me the knife print for a time. I'd love nothing more than to tease out its secrets. Half my body has been suffused with death. I'm certain it will help me see. Though
I like the
only a
jazz.
fragment, a very specific ritual had to be performed to impart the power of the Rune of Death. Traces of the one who performed the rite are sure to remain in the imprint. Truly, you have my thanks.
Truly.
Time can move rather slowly, stuck here, you know. A little conversation goes a long way.
Oh, fuck this bird. Fuck this bird.
So Roger continues his
bird.
investigation, and you continue to seek out Deathroot, waiting for the truth of things to be revealed. You are basically put to good use by everyone around you.
Fuck this bird.
I am pleased to see you again. Would you like me to hold you? Now,
I guess
come
so.
closer. You
I don't know.
are
Who did you lay with last time?
very warm.
Dung Eater?
I heard that you lent a hand to dear Roger. He seemed positively elated. He must be possessed of great mental fortitude. It anchors his will and sustains him, despite his grievous wounds. You truly are a champion to dear Roger, and myself too. My dear, might I ask something of you?
What now?
Could you please find the owner of this dagger and return it to them? A certain person gave it to me as a gift. It's a very precious thing. It must have a special place in the owner's heart. So I would like for the original owner to have it back, if you wouldn't mind.
This weathered dagger was once a special weapon of gold and silver intertwined, except now it has been worn down and marred by a black gash.
How the fuck does he find out all this information?
It's natural to think that this weapon belonged to Dee. But then, why didn't Fia give it back to him herself?
Well, what have we here? How did you get your hands on that dagger? Well,
Reddit?
that hardly matters.
How does fucking Reddit
I know
find
very
out?
well whose dagger it is. Why don't I return it to them for you? Good work bringing this to me.
It's almost as if they're playing a game with the dagger, arguing over whose heart it truly deserves to be buried within.
Oh.
And it's a game that Dee ends up losing. For Fia developed a sorcery to oppose the Round Table hold, a mist of deathblight that is only effective against the Tarnished, especially if they confront you in a small, enclosed room.
Oh shit! I've never even seen inside that room. Oh, she killed him!
It is returned to its rightful place, the stolen Hallowbrand of the exalted noble.
This is just
And
how I
now-
talk.
I must bid you goodbye as well, though I ask you deliver this message to the Round Table hold.
Hey girl! What's up? Yeah, the DLC is about to come out, so I'm playing it for the third time. Started a new character. Slaying. We're so much further along in like 1/4 of the turn. You've been online since 2. Just go to sleep. I've only been online for 6 hours.
I am Fia, deathbed companion, hark round table. Disturb not
Almost
the
7
death
hours, see?
of Godwin, the exalted. We
Only.
who humbly live in death, live in waiting, to one day welcome our Lord.
That's pretty cool.
What right does anyone have to object? Our Lord will rise, the Lord of the many and the meek.
I'm going to be doing a 24-hour stream when
All this
the
time,
DLC comes
Fia
out.
was getting closer to recovering the Hallowbrand that Dee stole from Godwin. For this Hallowbrand is the key. It's the curse mark that the Black Knives carved to split death in half, which started all of this in the first place, and Fia has a use for it, while Dee is dead.
Dang. Sad.
But Dee is also alive. For
I do
Devon
remember her.
and
Tell her I
Darian
said hi.
are the inseparable twins.
I'm
they
glad
are
you're
of 2
out.
bodies and 2 minds, but 1 single soul. Supposedly, this made them reviled by many, but they found solace within the Golden Order, which accepted their duality of the self. They even had armaments forged to represent their state of being. An inseparable sword
Beautiful.
and a twinned suit of armor. And these items long to find their way back to the other Dee, who yet lives. Devon slumbers in the Eternal City, tormented by Deathblight. And it's here that he is said to have stood before the Prince of Death, suggesting he was the one who carved the curse mark from Godwin's flesh. Perhaps he even used a weathered dagger to carve it out, and perhaps this dagger was then mockingly gifted to a rotten witch, setting into motion the events that would lead to his brother Darian's death.
Ooh, evil. The 21st, yeah. I gotta get on at a good time though, so I can get off at a bad time. Rock music? I'm good. I'm glad, girl. Did you already go to Florida?
The Mariners are a joke, making your hunt for the spreading death root an easy one. It shows up in Limgrave, in Leonia, even in the mountaintops of the Giants, and it is most common wherever there is stagnant water, which is a medium that represents corruption and defilement, and the death root infects all manner of creatures who meet their end sporting these distorted pustules of Godwin's
those
own
guys are
visage.
fucking gross.
Deathroot even starts to get the better of Marika's own shadow. After all, in the end, what we're feeding him is now much more than just the missing fragments of the Rune of Death. Something has changed.
Strange. There's something else. I must consume more.
Yo! Dang, that's a dope ass fucking whatever move that is. What the fuck?
Put it away. I won't forget again. Mine appetite.
Preload starts on the
My
19th.
sin.
Fuck yeah.
I must have more.
The 19th, I'll have to do a
I
perfect stream.
must consume more.
I'm gonna make sure I have everything set for streaming on the 19th. It'll be like a dry run for the 24 hours.
It is all consumed. Still, I am not sated. Not nearly sated. Marika! Is this what it is to sin?
Oh, Malakath is my favorite.
Things never be the same again?
He's fucking angry, bro.
Tarnished. My thanks for thy long labor. But I have done all I can in this land. Henceforth, mine appetite shall be my sole companion. Farewell.
Aww, sad.
Ah, hello. I was hoping to see you. My examination is complete. Here's the knife print back, with my thanks. Now I have a fairly good idea who performed the rite upon the blade. The person who orchestrated the Night of the Black Knives. Luna Princess Ronnie.
Oh, Ronnie.
One of the children born to King Consort Madigan and his...
I fucking told you, she's a bitch, bro. She's a bitch. I gotta pee. This is a good time to take a pee break. Sorry, I'm drinking a lot of water.
first wife, Ranala, demigod and sister to General Radahn and Praetor Rykard. Hers was the name I discovered in the imprint. If Rani truly is the one who plotted that fateful night, then she should bear the curse mark of destined death somewhere upon her flesh. I would like you to procure it for me. And then all will be laid bare. I will have the answers I have sought for so long. Do you know of those who live in death? These souls have committed no offense. They have every right to life, only they happen to touch upon a flaw in the order. By Dee's account, these defiled fiends must be expunged.
That's how you guys knew it was her body.
But truth be told, I seek the curse mark to save them.
If we're looking for someone to blame in all of this mess, then where do we land? Does the guilt lie with those who live in death, who touched Deathroot? Or with Godwyn, who spawned it? Or should we blame Rani, who brought up the
we should blame Rani because she's a bitch.
Personally, I think any fault goes even further back to Marika, who, in her hubris, thought that she could free the world from death. Death and life should never have been separated, a fact that is more clear now than ever.
Maybe I should tell you. Lately, I feel I'm on the precipice of falling into a deep, fathomless slumber. And I have an inkling it could spell trouble for you somehow. So I just wanted to get the apology out of the way beforehand, since you're so scary and all. Well, this is unfortunate. Yes.
We're mage build. This person's got the stutter.
Full circle forms.
He's dead.
So, whoever can obtain two halves of the curse mark can form a rune. With his dying breath, Roger hints that Fia might be able to use this. And a letter, scrawled by Roger on his deathbed, tells us one last thing. It's that Dee had a twin brother, and that the other Dee might be found in an aqueduct beside the eternal city of Nokron. Roger implores us to put his friend to rest and reunite the twins, which we do by returning Dee's armor. Roger goes on to reveal that Devon stood before Godwyn, not far beyond this spot, and indeed Devon and the dagger were death-blighted. So we travel a little farther, upwards to a nameless city that's overtaken by roots, and Godwyn himself.
I did, Nino.
Oh, Lord Godwyn. Oh, my poor, sweet
Have I even been to this place?
Should have died
where the fuck
a
is this
true death. A scion of the Golden Bough, sentenced to live in death. How could such a thing come to be?
Oh yeah, I hate the ants, so I run fast when the ants are around. I hate them.
Here,
but I've
Fia
never seen
finally
this.
lies with Godwyn, the Prince of Death, defending his being with the sapped strength of every hero who lay with her.
Oh, damn.
Including, of course, the famed spellblade, Roger.
Epic! Murder that fool! Murder that fool! He's fast. He's fast. This was like fun.
Ah, there you are. I knew you would come. What is it you intend?
Wow.
To deny us and our ways, like the dogmatic brutes of the Golden Order.
That was a master fight. I want to
You
fight
are
this.
an odd one.
Of those who live in death.
Wow, look at
So
the sky.
Fia lies with Godwin, and she dreams. But it's within this dream that we realize that there
What
is
is
something
this?
lurking inside the Prince of Death. A being who, even
What
after
is
all this
this?
time, never once stopped fighting against the death
Bro,
in
I
their
haven't
companion.
done anything
They are
in
the
this
last
game.
thing that stands between Godwin and his new life, and here they refuse to let go. For Godwin was a friend, and they were the great ancient dragon, Dread Fortisax.
Wow! I want to fight him! Wow! So cool. He's like, I need an army for this motherfucker. No, I've never done this and I played 3 times. This looks awesome. Wow. Bex, thank you for the prime. This looks so fun. Oh my god. Wow, what a pretty dragon. Very pretty. Wow. Damn. This looks so intense. It looks like I'm gonna die 100 times. Wow. Wow. Oh, I'm fighting him next playthrough. Let's fight him. That's so cool. I've missed like so many things, I think. It looks super fun.
Finally, you can bring the entire broken curse mark itself into order. The mending rune of the Death Prince, which enables his bastardization of life to become an official part of Death's story. But first, you have to burn down the Erd Tree and walk alongside Flame to meet the road of destined death, which leads to Farum Azula, a broken city floating outside of time.
I like this city. I don't like the Dung Eater's quest because it's gross. Epic. What epicness.
And against all logic, Deathroot now grows here too. Turns out, nowhere is safe from its touch, even in Farum Azula, where the true rune of death is still protected by none other than Malakath, who masqueraded as Grank, so that you might feed him Deathroot and help him to achieve the one and only task that Marika saw fit to entrust him.
Malakath's my favorite. He's my favorite.
Witness Tarnished.
His story is
I
beautiful.
covered destined death. 'Tis no matter. I hereby vow that destined death shall not be stolen again. Cower before Malakath, Marika's black blade.
Beautiful! His armor is so pretty. Holy cow. I love this armor. Everything about him is just like awesome. Super superior.
Wouldst thou gull me? Why? Shatter.
Aww, so sad. He's like begging to Marika. Me and Ivana finally beat this boss.
Ha! Prince of Death, take a good long look. See the wrath of the Golden Order, the Order's justice writ in blood. This is what's become of your precious witch. Look at this rotten whore. No more children can be got from this useless flesh. This is a proper death,
God.
Prince. Behold, your mother is dead.
Bro! He just destroyed her, slut-shaming... MILF slut-shaming to the finest. Oh my god. And he's laughing. I'm dead right now.
This is revenge, you witch. And you ghoul. This is the wrath of D.
I know she killed his brother, but he didn't have to say all those names.
Is dead. The Golden Order unsullied. Now I can look my brother Darian in the eye. Honeyed rays of gold.
He called her a fucking hoe.
My spirit. Darian, honeyed rays of gold. Ah. Don't you dare. Unless you want to die like a dog. Very well.
Hey, bro, hold on. You don't joke about me getting injured, okay? Don't be a douche. Here we go. Sorry, I needed to ban someone.
Die.
Intense. So intense. This music is intense.
Then you are a blight. A defiler of the Golden Order and murderer of my brother. I'll grind your corpse into that...
I'll grind your corpse. Psych! epic. Tony, thank you for the 25 months. Thank you for the nice
Forgive
compliment.
me. Sorry.
Ooh, that's what you get for calling my witch a hoe. Yeah, take that. Thank you. I'm happy to have you here today. Yeah, that was fucking epic.
As a deathbed companion, Fia had no choice but to lie with others, until the guidance of grace led her back to the lands between,
Sad.
where she used her chambers in the Round Table Hold to great effect, biding her time, listening to the secrets told to her in private, until she could use the strength of champions to speak for others, for the downtrodden, who had no champion. But soon, they will.
Whoa, these shots are so good. The music, slay. Slay.
Please, do one thing for me. Brandish this child, my rune, and take for yourself the throne. Stay the persecution of those who live in death by becoming our Elden Lord.
Wow.
Fia has finally lain with the remains of one that she chose, so that she might gestate a new beginning.
So
called
crazy
the mending rune of those who live in
that
death.
she's the start of a quest
A
line.
gift to the undead,
She's
who were
just some
born at
woman.
the very end of an age.
I didn't even pay
Duskborn,
attention to her the first time.
before
I
the
didn't even
sun
talk to her.
rises once more in a land where they no longer have to hide.
Oh, all the undead get to have. I mean, I don't really like the skellies, but I guess.
The
Nice.
fallen leaves tell a story of how a Tarnished became Elden Lord. In our home,
Across the
fog,
Dope.
the lands between,
Sick.
our seed will look back upon us
Super fucking sick.
and recall the age of the Duskborn.
Oh, the music's sick. Da-na-na-na. That was a good one. That was really good.
Alright, hope you all enjoyed the video. We've now covered 3 of Elden Ring's endings through Prepare to Cry. 4 if you include the first video about Alexander being kind of related to the Age of Fracture ending.
Oh, that's the one. Don't tell me, don't tell me, don't tell me. Okay, we're going to watch that one next time. The Age of Fracture is next time. Wow, that was good. That was some good stuff. That was some good shit. I like that. Wow. Those are good. So good. It is like a movie. She ate all the chip stash this time around, yeah. She did. Wow. Look, I ate the chips and look how much oilier I got. Like, literally, chips make me oily. Isn't that wild? Just full oil.